Quick thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. We understand the importance of mental health and are glad to continue to encourage our viewers to find time to connect with a licensed therapist that will work with you. BetterHelp.com/CinemaSins will guide you through questions that will help you connect to a great therapeutic match. You can be matched with a therapist in as little as 48 hours and be able to talk to someone on your time, all from the comfort of your home. Get 10% off your first month with our link below. "34 seconds of logo. Behold, American viewing public, this star on the back of America's jacket," which is something I'm supposed to be excited about. But the fact that I'm not just makes me feel like I've been thrown into an exam I haven't studied for, in a class I didn't know I was taking, in a school I didn't realize I was attending. I mean, why not just freeze it again? Is he out of refrigerant?
It's too strong. I can't hold it.
Well then, instead of f***ing watching it for the rest of your life, why don't you try doing whatever it is you came here to... Wait. Why are we here? I'm assuming it has more function than just defending my eyes with an amethyst CGI soup. Oh sure, you can suck out the multi-dimensional powers of this girl with your right hand while trying to keep a barrier around the demon with your left hand. But for some reason, you can't just use that right hand to strengthen the barrier or throw lollipops at it or whatever it is you dirty sorcerers do with that right hand. Steven turns his head to his left, and the next shot is him looking at his watch, despite it being on the table to his right. So either someone in charge of continuity f***ed this up, or we missed an epic double take that would have snapped Strange's neck. I suppose this was in case you forgot he was magic. You guys might be upset that Christine isn't marrying Steven in this scene, but I'm more upset that we never got a scene with her, Tony Stark, and Strange, so we could make that long-awaited Sherlock Artois joke that I've been holding on to for 6 years. I wouldn't be above letting Everett K. Ross in on the fun as well.
I wish it had been different.
I wish to skip. Remember the days when we would use mobile phones to call emergency services instead of just using them to record people in trouble? Good times. What the actual flying is Strange doing here? He sees this car hurtling towards a mother and child, and he thinks his best option is to summon a giant Zool head in the hope that it'll eat the car and fly away instead of eating the car and the mother and child he's trying to save? Again, why the is Strange picking the most complicated ways to deal with these obstacles? What's stopping him from sling-ringing that into the Antarctic? Look at the carnage he's creating behind him. We're only 9 minutes in and we're already waiting dangerously close to Green Lantern summoning a machine gun levels of dumbassery. Looks like Miss America went to the Prometheus school and running away from Suicide Squad ripoffs. Sure, it looks badass, but why are the squishy sorcerers engaging in hand-to-tentacle combat? Keep your distance, do some spells and shit. Why was this person trying to drive his motorcycle through here when there is a tentacled Cyclops monster in the middle of the street? Doctor Strange's cloak is smarter than this, right? Instead of whisking America away out of sight, it's just flying straight up in the air so a monster can throw a motorcycle at it. And now they're using magic chains to try and restrain the octopus monster, which has shockingly little effect on it. So either these are the lamest sorcerers to ever sorcerer, or they are deliberately f***ing around and ignoring any inconvenience, damage, or death sustained to the New York taxpayers. I can't put my finger on it, but the Doc Octopus fight is so reminiscent of Spider-Man 2. I just can't figure out what connects these two movies. It took me less than 5 minutes of playing Portal to realize how momentum works, so I can confidently say this is a dumbass way to save yourself, Wong. What he should have done is make the exit portal fire him up so that gravity can slow his second descent back to Earth and then rinse and repeat until a safe landing. Why would you choose to fire yourself into a f***ing car?
Most recently, there was an incident with Spider-Man.
What, man?
How the f*** has America not run into another Spider-Man already? We're going to find out she's been to 72 different universes or some later in the movie, so chances are you'd have run into that John Mulaney one by now.
Climbs walls, shoots webs.
Yeah, bingo.
Out of his butt?
Why would this be your default assumption?
That wasn't a dream.
Prove it.
So either that portal conveniently landed America and her Strange on top of this building, or she decided to drag his dead ass all the way up to the roof?
Dreams are windows into the lives of our multiversal selves.
Oh, the f***.
Chocolate!
Previously on WandaVision. What's WandaVision? Oh, it's just a 6-hour TV show that you need to have watched so you can fully appreciate what's happening in this movie while it sets about making it completely redundant.
Mom, I changed my mind. You can come talk to me if you want.
Pity tuck.
I made mistakes, and people were hurt.
All true, but the main thing is that you've learned from those mistakes and are ready to move on. There's no way this movie would undo an entire season of character growth in 90 minutes, right? Right?
What if you brought America here? You never told me her name, did you?
Jesus, Wanda, how the f*** did you make this rookie mistake of saying the name you shouldn't know? You grew up watching television from old DVDs. They were all sitcoms, but I bet someone made this exact mistake in one of them. And I can't believe this is what makes Doctor Strange realize Wanda is not his friend.
You're familiar with the Darkhold?
I know it's the Book of the Damned, and that it corrupts everything and everyone that it touches.
And we're expected to buy that the discount Book of the Dead is solely to blame for making Wanda evil. This means the movie can make her do as many f***ed up things as it pleases, and we don't have to care because it's not really Wanda doing it.
I'm going to leave this reality and go to one where I can be with my children.
Oh great, the movie is stealing from goddamn Cloverfield Paradox.
Is it the one you used when you gave Thanos the Time Stone?
Evil Martha Marcy May Marlene has a point. In Infinity War, we sort of gave Strange a pass for handing the Time Stone to Thanos because, hey, after all, he looked at 14 million different futures and it was the only scenario that came back positive. But seeing the shit that's come after that, I feel like 14 million possibilities actually weren't enough.
She can rewrite reality as she chooses, and it's prophesized to either rule or annihilate the cosmos.
So this is definitely something we should be worried about then? Like something that might bring Spider-Man or Falcon or Ant-Man into the fray? No? Well, all right then.
Whatever the Sorcerer Supreme asks of us, it shall be done.
As long as it can be done by 6 people or less.
Sending those creatures after her instead of myself was mercy.
No, it was just a waste of goddamn time. It's the thing a villain does to disguise their evilness too early in the movie, when all they had to do was show up and get what they wanted in the first 5 minutes. Also, what would you have done differently that would not have been mercy, since you have to kill America anyway? Were you going to waterboard her or some shit? The movie's going to run with this excuse twice, as if the real reason wasn't to cover up the fact that she's the antagonist of this movie.
But I do hope you understand that even now, what's about to happen? This is me being reasonable.
I think this is supposed to make us believe that Wanda is deliberately neutering her powers to some degree, instead of tearing apart the fabric of reality to get to America, as we all know an evil Scarlet Witch absolutely could, should, and would. Yes! Premature sorceration. I'm not saying that would have made a single bit of difference, but I'm surprised that the greatest sorcerers on the planet are showing an extreme lack of imagination in the variety of their attacks. We basically have magic arrows and a magic ballista. Where are the floating monster hands or the whips that we saw earlier? So that's it for Wanda, then? She straight up cremated a bunch of sorcerers here, and much as I'd love to see the attempt, I don't see how season 2 of WandaVision is going to bring her back from that.
If you want the girl, you'll have to go through me.
Fine.
Well then, why the f*** didn't we open with this? Did he really have to sacrifice all of these people? It's not like he used that time to get America to safety. He waited until the last possible second to start playing House of Mirrors.
Reflections. She's using the reflections.
She's what? She's f***ing what? What does that even mean? So because you trapped her in a hall of mirrors, she's able to things?
Cover them.
You can count on me, Steven. I'm going to cover up all the reflections. Well, except this one that I'm going to inexplicably stare directly into.
Wanda, you have no children. They don't exist.
Oh, but they do. In every other universe.
In every other universe? I thought the idea of a multiverse was that every possible outcome to every decision possible exists somewhere. Shouldn't there be countless universes with countless Wandas all pissed off and trying for the same thing? A minute ago, Strange couldn't open a portal because something Wanda reflections, but now he's able to shoot magic serpents out of his hands. So I'm wondering if the portal is off the table now, or did he just forget that he could do that? Or is some magic available, just not anything that counts? As America and Strange tumble through the multiverses, I'm not convinced the movie fully understands the implications of showing this animated one. I mean, we may never see that universe again, but now we all know it exists. What the hell does that even mean? Why would an artistic medium from our universe exist as its own distinct universe?
This universe doesn't have a me.
Well, how do you know that?
Because I've looked, and because I never dream.
A lot of people can't even remember their dreams. Why is this a measuring stick? And you can't have possibly checked every nook of every universe for another version of you.
Food's free in most universes, actually.
Hey, you didn't pay for that.
How the f*** did 838 Ash not know that America had walked off with a pizza bowl without paying for it? Does he just have a bunch of pizza bowls lying around for people to pick up, or does he prepare them for each customer like a normal vendor?
Like he'll stop in a few minutes?
About 3 weeks.
The guy asked America to pay for her pizza balls, and because he insulted you a little bit, you cursed him to punch himself for 3 weeks, which is going to put this vendor out of business. I'm glad you think this is hilarious.
Memory lane. Replay your significant memories.
This really isn't how memories work. Each time we recall something, we are literally recreating the events in our head. It isn't like a Blu-ray player. This rendition is just as likely to be filled with our own biases and false recollections, and if anything, we'll just end up compounding them. Also, I feel like this technology would be way too easy to abuse or misuse. For example, you just know movies would immediately adopt it as a lazy way to give us exposition about...
Where's this?
Home.
God damn it!
We don't have time for this.
Doctor Strange would be amazing at CinemaSins. Why does the portal open up behind America's parents and in front of America in this memory? But every other portal that's opened in this movie has opened behind America. Convenient superhero loses their parents storyline is convenient. Now the memory stops playing. Why wouldn't it show us what happens after America goes through the portal? So this universe's unique selling point is that everyone dresses monotone, the cities are decorated with an abundance of foliage, and the traffic light colors are flipped. Imagination, man. How does it work?
Our Wanda has the ability to conjure demons and monsters to attack America in other universes.
On the surface, this is one of the most worthless powers I can think of, unless you were writing the script to Doctor Strange 2, and you needed a hero who conveniently doesn't know how to use their multiversal powers to drive the plot.
A dreamwalking sorcerer projects their own consciousness from their universe into another.
They may puppeteer this unholy doppelganger and pursue their enemies from afar.
You know, just in case their enemies can travel between multiverses. Tale as old as time. These rituals that only work if you're sitting in the middle of approximately 7,000 candles. It's a goddamn miracle that Wanda survives more than 5 seconds without immediately catching fire.
So it may not be a demon that you face. It may be the Scarlet Witch.
The Dreamwalking explanation is a little confusing, because Mordo talks about the Scarlet Witch possessing demons in other universes. That tracks, since we've seen 2 demons attacking America in this movie. But the movie's ultimate rule is that the Dreamwalker can only possess the alternate versions of themselves. So how is she possessing demons, or even conjuring them? Why isn't there a spell where she can just go to another universe by herself?
What do you know of the Book of Ashanti?
It can give a sorcerer whatever power they need to vanquish their enemy.
Seriously, if you're not even going to try to describe it in a way that doesn't seem immensely f***ing convenient, just call it MacGuffin's Big Book of Sorcerer MacGuffinry by M.M. MacGuffin and just own that shit.
It is not Wanda Maximoff who threatens our reality. It's the 2 of you.
Except you literally just explained the very specific ways that Wanda could f*** up this reality.
What was in that tea?
I actually blame Doctor Strange quite a bit for trusting this tea. Was there a need for tea? Couldn't you have just declined the tea? So you don't know who to trust? Didn't you learn anything from the Wanda encounter? Are you ever aware of the situation? Irony. Sure, it's creepy and shit, but how does Harry Pottering a photograph and creating an ocean in a coffee mug have anything to do with possessing an alternate version of yourself?
Where are you going?
Tommy or Billy says this instead of asking, hey, why are the lights flickering? Why did you smash those 2 bowls? And why did you just stare into the camera that you shouldn't know is there?
We like ice cream.
So wait, a couple of minutes ago, you were arguing about the 2003 Tigers and calling each other doofuses with various Googleplex multipliers. And in the short time it took Wanda to get possessed, you've come up with this lame song about ice cream? What an amazing moment for the Scarlet Witch to get in some mom time almost immediately.
And if we get some ice cream, we promise to be good.
Nice emotional blackmail.
The Darkhold wants a copy!
Wong giving in here is a massive f*** you to the dozens of sorcerers who have already died in the attempt to stop Wanda. Isn't the whole point to put their lives on the line and make sure she can't f*** up the multiverse?
Our universe is 838, and we've designated yours 616.
I'm not going to pretend I didn't have to go to the internet for this one, but outright saying that the MCU takes place on Earth 616 is such an odd choice. That makes it the same universe that the most well-established Marvel comics are set in, instead of making it its own distinct universe, which would have been the perfect way to maybe satisfy some fans who wonder why so many events play out differently compared to the comics they love. You guys are going to this cold as place and you don't want to bring warmer clothing? No, I get it. Your costumes are rad and all, but they can't be providing that much protection against extreme weather.
You couldn't portal us up there?
My magic can only take us so far. Masters of the mystic arts weren't meant to tread upon the forbidden grounds of Wondercore.
No, but they sure as take you right to their doorstep, so what's the difference? Also, Wanda complains about not being able to portal straight to the place, but then simply flies there. So there was no reason for her to be upset about this, and absolutely no reason to preempt our probable sin about it. Why would some ancient demon around to the point of not allowing sorcerers to teleport up here, but still allow them to use spells like whatever this shield is? I'm beginning to think either Wong or the movie is just making this up as they go.
Here, Carl?
Why the was that necessary?
Captain Carter, Blackagar Boltagun, Captain Marvel, Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four, Professor Charles Xavier.
I can still hear the cheers in the theater, but I honestly think this scene will come to be seen as the worst Christmas ever. Imagine you get every single present on your list, even the limited edition ones, the ones that no one else liked, or the ones that were murdered by Fonka Johnson and resurrected by Bryan Singer. All of them! You get to play with them for a while, but the next day your parents hide all the presents in the basement and don't tell you when you're next able to play with them. Then, instead of hiding all the presents in the basement, the parents burn them all in front of their sobbing kids!
Blackagar Boltagard? Hit a guy, hit it there. Fantastic Four. Didn't you guys chart in the 60s?
The strangest choice the MCU ever made was to bury that post-Endgame movie which explained how the spirit of Tony Stark transferred itself into Doctor Strange's body. It really would help to explain why he's suddenly full of one-liners and quippy insults.
Captain Marvel, Defender of the Cosmos.
I think you mean 007, but it's possible that in a multiverse that Lashana Lynch is just playing multiple alternate versions of characters who will only have that title briefly before it's taken away. I'm sure Black Bolt's need for silence is a big part of his character, but shouldn't it be Reed Richards who desires this to be a quiet place?
An incursion occurs when the boundary between two universes erodes and they collide, destroying one or both entirely.
Yeah, but as long as we get to see Wolverine again, it's totally worth it.
Your alternate self created the Illuminati to make difficult decisions that no one else could.
So the Illuminati was created to prevent threats to the multiverse, but how the hell are they achieving that if there are only 6 of them, 5 of whom are largely based on Earth? No one behind this movie seems to be comprehending how big one universe is, let alone multiplying that by infinity. Yes, I know the comics claim there are 161 universes, but that is never mentioned in this movie. They just keep throwing around the word infinite. There should be nearly a countless number of Stranges, Wandas, and hey, maybe some non-humans attempting to f with it to their own end. Why the f is every futuristic high court set up this way? I'm practically expecting the multi-faced judge from Transformers the movie to render a verdict in this scene. Wanda does some Scarlet Witch shit and tries to turn this Wong into a white. Dude, can you not portal? I don't remember Wanda taking your sling ring after you portaled to this place earlier. You still had it when the 4 demons awoke to worship Wanda when she arrived. And I know you said some bullshit about not being able to portal directly to Wundagore because of some rule, but that doesn't mean you can't actually use magic, right? Or portal away from this place? Or else you wouldn't be able to do the other magic shit you've been doing. This Bruce Almighty moon is so big, I wouldn't be surprised if in this universe, the Earth orbits the moon.
Our Strange did not die defeating Thanos.
You know, just in case you forgot that I said that just before the movie cut away to the Wanda Wong show.
Stephen, as always, chose to go it alone.
He turned to the Darkhold, began dreamwalking, in hopes that our salvation might lie in the multiverse.
And guess what?
Jesus, does everyone get a chance to tell a piece of this story? Did they coordinate this over a Zoom meeting before they brought Strange in here? Let's tell him the story of our Strange, but let's make sure everyone gets a line, you know, to be fair. Also, let's rewind this a bit.
In hopes that our salvation might lie in the multiverse.
And guess what? It didn't.
Wait, what? Okay, maybe he didn't find the answer, but the solution absolutely exists in the multiverse, because this Strange found that bullshit 1 in a 14 million chance. Also, back in Infinity War, when Dr. Strange was running all those calculations, did crossing multiverses not pop up as one of the possible options? Was that not better than losing half the universe for 5 years?
You never told us the details of what had happened. Only that you had inadvertently triggered an incursion.
Oh, we all know the 838 Strange caused an incursion when he tried to help Peter Parker forget he got a B in gym class. But that's why he didn't tell his buddies what happened.
Stephen renounced the Darkhold's evil and helped us find the Book of Vishanti, a weapon we did use together to defeat Thanos.
Wait, Strange searched the multiverse for an answer before exploring the idea of using an artifact from his own universe that he definitely knew about? Also, why didn't our Strange think of using the Book of Vishanti? Okay, maybe it was one of the 14 million scenarios that didn't work out, but an artifact that gives you exactly what you need to defeat your enemy seems like the perfect place to start, unless, of course, it didn't exist until this movie. The movie sadistically shows us a multi-version of Avengers: The Age of Ultron. Why does Wanda even entertain the idea of stopping her rampage here? America is 1 room away. Do we think she has this kind of patience at this point in the game?
Haven't you had enough? Oh, I could do this all day.
And then one of the handcuffs come loose, even though we were told they were created using the sands of Nasanti or some shit, but a good hard whack loosens them up in no time. To be clear, we're now making the choice to create a movie where magic and sorcery exist, but then literally handcuffing the 2 most powerful sorcerers alive, so they have to resort to a fist fight instead of all the awesome magic.
Get back.
Christine knows exactly how strong these cages are, and she's seriously trying to smash them with a f***ing fire extinguisher.
Wanda Maximoff, your mind is being held hostage by your alternate self.
Oh, is that what this white void is with the blown out building and rebar everywhere? I know we're creating physical objects to represent abstract concepts. I just thought it would look cooler in a witch's brain. Oh no, Professor X is dead yet again! Where's Olivia Williams when you need her? As Wanda chases everybody down this tunnel while Christine closes a bunch of hatches. And why are there so many hatches in this tunnel anyway? I get the immediate sense that if the movie wanted to, Wanda could conjure a spell to end this right now, but doesn't. They close the last hatch and just stand there for some reason, even though they just saw Wanda blast every door on the way here.
Did you kill her?
No, just bought us some time.
All you've done is buy the time back that you wasted staring at the door a minute ago.
Champion, this is specific to me, something only I would know.
Specific to a you that has been raised and lived in a different universe and could have had any number of different... You know what? As tempting as it is to make this video a 2-parter, I'm just going to add 100 sins here for all the ways this movie wants to play in a multiverse without being limited by what that actually means.
This is the Gap Junction, the space between universes.
What kills me during all this is how Strange said he bought them some time, and they waste every second of it admiring the Gap Junction instead of grabbing the book and looking for spells. It's like they totally forgot Wanda is behind them and or exists. Why send Dr. Strange and Christine to another universe when you could just kill them?
Oh no. Oh crap.
Look, Wanda seems to be able to pick whatever universe she wants, so count yourself lucky that you aren't floating in space, living as paint, or part of the DCEU.
America doesn't have long.
Wait, the character or the United States? Works for either, I guess. Jesus Christ, I guess the day after tomorrow forgot to take the morning after pill and it had a conception with inception.
Prove it. We had a sister, Donna.
You had a sister. You! For all you know, this guy lived on a farm and was raised by an alpaca. This scene is great. I mean, it's a lot like the scene with the harpists in Kung Fu Hustle, but this is some great Sam Raimi madness here. It's worth a sit on. What the f***? Why does this one harp note break this entire ball of magic conflict? Somehow, Wong survived the fall after Wanda blasted him out of the temple. And even better, he didn't seem to get any frostbite or have any ill effects from the cold whatsoever.
What are you doing with the Darkhold? All you strangers, you're the same.
What the f*** was she expecting here? Why is Strange using the Darkhold to get back to his universe a surprise? How the f*** else was he gonna pull it off?
While I'm under, I needed to protect my body in case they attack me for trespassing.
Who's they?
The souls of the damned.
Pronoun game aside, this movie just invented a whole ass reason out of thin air to make Strange seem like a better version of all the other Stranges by asking for help from Christine. And besides, how the f*** does he know that's going to happen when he just heard about Dreamwalking like an hour ago? You're bringing in the candles, sure, but how can you be sure this is enough?
Stephen Strange, possessing a dead body is forbidden.
So that's where you assholes draw the line? This works.
Brazier Bob Goliath.
That must be ancient sorcerer speak for the tube of exactly the thing I need exactly when I need it.
Go back to hell.
Fortunately, the discount Goblet of Fire doesn't need a special enchantment or any kind of magical abilities to use it. Just a flame will do the trick. This is basically a very fancy lighter and deodorant can. I feel like the first draft of this movie went to Marvel and they said, we like it, but it needs more Raimi. And then Raimi was like, well, I'm flattered, but I think I've injected about as much Raimi into this as I can without breaking some MCU fundamentals. And then Marvel was like, look, buddy, if you don't get your ass back in there and give us a scene where Strange possesses his own dead body and flies into battle with a cape made of damned spirits from the underworld or some shit, so help us, Feige, we will give this gig to Edgar f***ing Wright. Also, holy shit, he's using a whole bunch of demons as a flying cloak. Every single one of these assholes focused their attention on Wong when there was a zombie sorcerer flying towards them just a second ago. I guess that type of thing is easy to forget. Now they all throw rocks at Wong one by one instead of throwing multiple rocks. And where the f*** is Scarlet Witch? She's at home, washing her tights. Scarlet Witch throws her red energy at Zombie Strange and the demons suck it all up, which is f***ing rad. I'd remove a sin for this if I understood why they were able to do this rather than just get demolished trying it.
I've come here to tell you to trust yourself. Trust your power.
I wish they had found some sort of way other than believe in yourself for America to use her power here. Considering how long she's been wandering around the multiverse, you'd think she would have practiced it a bit, learned a couple things, but never mastering it. So when it came to this scene, it wouldn't sound like a commercial for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Every time you opened a portal, you sent us exactly where we needed to go.
If that's true, there must have been an easier way to do this. Sending you both to the Fox universe got a lot of people killed, and Wanda was the one who sent you to the Dead universe with the Darkhold, which led you here. And even if America is innately controlling where you ended up, that means she's controlling the portals and can tell the f***ing future, because how else would she know the perfect route to defeating her? Why does America's Star White punch open up a portal behind Scarlet Witch but doesn't suck her into a new universe? Every single portal has been a Hoover vacuum into a new universe. It's the chief reason why America thoughtlessly killed her parents when that bee stung her. Look, I know they're just kids, but why do they think running just behind the banister of the stairs is going to protect them? And because Wanda has been shown the ghost of Christmas multiverse, she will now suddenly see the light and stop her crusade. But multiple characters have raised this exact point, that it isn't fair to take the place of a Wanda that already has kids. I was willing to buy her ignoring that logic because of the Darkhold being all evil and but the fact that she's listening to reason now makes me wonder why the Darkhold's influence has suddenly stopped, or how much impact it was even having in the first place. I am stunned at how systematically this movie has mangled any reason we could possibly still find a way to root for Wanda.
No one will ever be tempted by the Darkhold again.
Until they are. Or when Batman puts the rubble of the Scarlet Witch Kingdom back together through his computer and is able to read all the symbols carved in the rock.
So she destroyed the Darkhold in every universe.
How the f*** did she do that? It was nice of America to wait long enough for 616 Strange and 838 Christine to have their moment before extracting them from this universe. But also, why are they still in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field? America star-portaled out of that universe back to the 616 Kamar-Taj a minute ago.
Your parents would be proud. I hope you'll get to show them one day.
Great point! Now that she can control her powers, why isn't she off universe hopping and trying to find them again?
I'm glad I fell into your universe.
Even though it resulted in the destruction of several New York City blocks, the death of multiple sorcerers, and the very real possibility of an evil witch dominating the multiverse.
You caused an incursion.
Jesus Christ, it is an impressive feat to undermine the dramatic ending of your movie before the f***ing credits have even finished rolling. We just skip right over Strange freaking out about the sudden third eye and jump straight to yeah, let's go universe hopping with Sudden Cypher from Reindeer Games fame and get oculating. This is funny, but why hasn't anybody tried to help this poor bastard yet? Or arrested him? I feel like the 838 Rachel McAdams would have found this guy by now and fixed that shit.
Called my friend in. I said, come here, look at this stuff. It's all an exact replica. What do you think? He said, do I know you?
Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video and offering 10% off to the CinemaSins community. If you're feeling like you need to speak to someone or you just need a mental health check-in, BetterHelp is an amazing online resource that allows you to do just that at betterhelp.com/cinemasins. There are many things that we like about BetterHelp's services online. Not only is it easy to talk to a licensed therapist, easy to change therapists, easy to shift your schedule, BetterHelp makes it easy to remember how important your mental health truly is. No matter what kind of day, week, month, or even year you're having, BetterHelp can, well, help. BetterHelp is dedicated to making your connection to mental health simple so that you have one less hurdle to jump through. Life is full of difficulties of all kinds, and right now there is someone able to listen and help you through yours. In the time it takes you to watch one of our videos, you can fill out their questionnaire and be on your way to talking to someone who will help you at betterhelp.com/cinemasins. Click the link below for 10% off and start your journey today. Again, that's betterhelp.com/cinemasins.
And I'll do what you should have did 10 minutes ago.
I'm not here to talk about Westview.
Then what are you here for?
What if I told you we were putting a team together?
What do you know about the multiverse?
The multiverse.
A muffin man! Steady, steady.
You have to kill me, witch.
Not you. Them.
I got no strings to hold me down, to make me fret or make me frown.
I'm Wanda.
The muffin man.
This isn't a tomb.
It's a space station.
Welcome to the club number 908. You have joined the sacred order of the Stonecutters, who since ancient times have split the rocks of ignorance that obscure the light of knowledge and truth. Now let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
Hit it. Hit it. Hit it.
You're not like them.
You like the same things I do. Wax paper, boiled football leather, dog breath. We're not hitchhiking anymore. We're riding.
This time it's gonna take more than killing me to kill me.
Yes, that's what killing you means.
Want to see the people who wrote these sins? Click the link in the description. Want to watch them talk about this video as they watch it? Click the link in the description. Want to make your own choices and not be controlled by blatant self-promotion? That's fine, as long as your choice is to click the link in the description. Join the Sin Club for monthly sin commentaries and more. And click the link. I think you get it.